On the following evening, King Shahryar took his usual nightly seat with Scheherazade, listening to her with great eagerness and attention, as the events had reached their climax and the excitement peak.
It has reached me, O fortunate king, of sound judgment, that when Salama, son of Salam, was deceived by the sorceress with her sweet words, and she swayed his heart, and he thought she was his mother, he cast away the sword and embraced her in his arms. But she revealed her true face, laughed a devilish laugh, seized him tightly with her hand, and screamed, whereupon her helpers from among the jinn came to her. She commanded one of them to carry him far away, to tear his flesh, crush his bones, and bring her a flask of his blood. The jinni departed while binding Salama, as he wept for his mother and his brother, and the jinni laughed, mocked him, and threatened him with death. Suddenly, the two princes, Anbar and Shanbar, appeared and engaged in battle with the jinni and slew him. The two princes agreed that Prince Shanbar should take the form of the slain jinni and go to the sorceress with bones and a flask of false blood, so that she would be assured that Salama was dead, while Prince Anbar would take Salama and return him to the camp of Sheikh Abdul Ahad. Salama entered the tent trembling in fear, so the sheikh rose to him and asked what had happened to him and the reason for his failure in his mission. Salama told him what had happened and that he had weakened before the sorceress who appeared in the image of his mother. The sheikh comforted him and said, "Do not worry, O Salama. We humans may weaken at times and fall into error, but what matters is that we do not repeat our mistakes and learn from them. You still have another chance, my son, but when the time comes, you must be prepared." The sheikh's words reassured Salama's heart and filled him with hope. Salama began to recover and stayed with the sheikh for a whole year, regaining his strength until the appointed day came. And Salama set out once more on his way, filled with hope that this time he was able to overcome the obstacles. When he reached the place and approached the first gate, there appeared the warrior guarding it, who said, "Who are you?" Salama replied, "I'm Salama, son of Salam, the master of these treasures and keeper of the riddles." The valiant warrior responded, "Salama died a year ago, and his bones turned to ashes." Salama said, "Here I stand before you, hearing your words." So it was said to him, "If you are truthful, present your neck to the sword." He stretched forth his neck and said, "I'm Salama, and here I have presented my neck." Then the warrior vanished, and the first gate opened. Salama advanced to the second gate, and a lion came forth. Salama cried, "I'm Salama. I have come to break the spell." The lion said, "Did you not die, O Salama?" He replied, "Nay, God kept me alive to return once more, to break the riddles and win the treasures by the will of God." So the lion bowed, then vanished, and the gate opened. Then he came to the third gate, and there emerged a woman, resembling his mother in form and voice, saying, "Salama, my son, I am your mother, and my blood is your blood." Salama said, "You are not my mother, nor is your blood my blood." But she pleaded, wept, and sought his pity. Yet he said, "In the name of God, God is the greatest," and he struck off her head. The sorceress screamed and vanished. The spell was broken, and voices were raised. "Praise be to God, praise be to God, Lord of the worlds." Salama advanced and opened the treasure chamber, where he found treasures, jewels, and gold, and found the sword of Sultan Shamardal and a ring that shone like lightning. It was the ring of Solomon. He seized it and said, "In the name of God, the most gracious, the most merciful." Then the servant of the ring appeared, saying, "At your command, at your service, all that you request is before you." Salama said, "I wish to go now to Sheikh Abdul Ahad, wherever he may be." The servant said, "At your command, close your eyes." So Salama closed them, then opened them, and behold, he was in the council of Sheikh Abdul Ahad with the High Master. The Sheikh rejoiced at his coming, blessed him for succeeding in his mission, and introduced him to the High Master. The High Master said to him, "Blessed are you, O Salama. I have awaited you for long, knowing that you would succeed in your mission. Now has come the time for me to deliver to you the trust." And he gave him the book, the traveler's provision, and told him that this book would guide him on how to use the sword and the ring with wisdom, and advised him not to use them except for good. So Salama smiled and said, "Praise be to God." Then he rubbed the ring, and when its servant appeared to him, he said, "I wish to return to my mother now, and to build her a great palace." The servant replied, "At your command, close your eyes." And when Salama opened them, behold, his mother was before him, and he embraced her. She said, "Salama, you have returned to me with goodness and safety." He asked her about his brother Salem, and she said, "He wronged me and robbed me once more in your absence, my son." So Salama comforted her, consoled her, and asked her not to grieve, telling her that he would make her live in the greatest of palaces. And he brought forth the ring, and when the servant appeared, he said, "Build me a palace upon 7 pillars, higher than the palace of King Canaan." The servant said, "At your command, close your eyes." And he opened them. Behold, the palace was towering, with maidens' attendants and servants in every place. So Salama entered the palace, having reconciled with fate and triumphed over all illusions.
At this moment, dawn broke upon Scheherazade, and she fell silent from her storytelling.